show place of the nation, the fabulous Latin Quarter in the heart of New York City, Mother's Day, featuring the greatest expert of all, the American mother. Brought to you today by Pond's Beauty Preparation of London, New York, and Paris, and Beech Nut Lifesavers, and by Chef Boyardee Spaghetti and Meatballs, one of a complete line of Italian-style food. And now, here's your host, Dick Van Dyke.
Boy, look at our house today. Welcome, everybody, here in the Latin Quarter in New York, and out there, those of you who've been watching the Peterson Hayes Show, welcome to the show that honors the American mother. Those of you who are enjoying lunch here in the Latin Quarter, welcome also. And, you know, what we do on this show is honor mothers, and from letters sent to us by their husbands, by their children, by their neighbors and other relatives, we select 3 mothers each day to come up here and demonstrate their skills in that fine art of homemaking and to compete, of course, for the title of Mother of the Day. So let's get started. Bill Brophy, who's our first nominee?
Dick, Mrs. May Dill from Portsmouth, Ohio, mother of 3 children and grandmother of 5.
Welcome to Mother's Day. Let me see why you're here. Thank you, Dottie. See who wrote the letter. Your daughter-in-law says, I lost my own mother when I was 19, but I have one today. She's my husband's mother, really, but we both share her, and I look upon her as my own. She, in turn, has adopted me as a daughter rather than daughter-in-law, and I couldn't be happier about it. My adopted mother is always in good spirits, game for anything, and the calmest person in emergencies I've ever seen. So I'd like to drop the in-law part and nominate my mother for your show. What a wonderful letter. And this is an emergency. Are you calm, Mrs. Dill?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I am.
Welcome, and won't you sit down at our board there? She is calm, too. Okay, Bill, who's our next nominee today?
Mrs. Betty Kaiser from Toledo, Ohio, mother of 2, whose husband is in the insurance business.
Miss Kaiser, welcome to Mother's Day. And let's see why you're here, too. This letter says, they say a good wife and mother should be a helpmate, too. Mine certainly fits the requirements. We built our own home, so she helped draw the plans, was her own interior decorator, and did most of the interior painting. It took over a year to do, but she loved every minute of it. Talk about homemakers, that's my wife. She really built her own home. Well, I hope you build a reputation as a mother today, too.
Well, I hope so, too.
Welcome. Sit down here. I have to check her fees later for interior decorating. And now, Bill, let's meet our third mother.
Mrs. Audrey Scarborough from New York City, mother of 2, grandmother of 3.
Miss Scarborough, welcome to Mother's Day.
Thank you.
Nice to have you here. And they want to take a picture of you so we can see you now. And while I read, this is from your daughter. It says, if there were more mothers like mine, you'd have less juvenile delinquency. I've always listened to her because she has always taken the time to listen to me and to be interested in what I'm doing. During my rock and roll days, for instance, she actually offered to pay for dance lessons if I wanted them, instead of saying stop like most parents. That's wonderful. No wonder I think she's the best mother in the world and should be on your show as soon as possible. Well, this is just as soon as possible.
Thank
Welcome,
you.
Mrs. Scarborough, and good luck on our family. Well, 3 very, very nice mothers here today, and we're happy to have you. Let me wish all of you good luck, and may the most calm mother win. Okay, in just a moment now, we're going to start the games that lead to the title Mother of the Day, and we'll include all the wonderful prizes. There will be a luxurious mink stole, too. But right now, to all of you ladies, no matter who wins, goes, first of all, the very best perfume that Paris has to offer, a provocative fragrance called Lanvin. And this exquisite Sovereign cover watch with mesh bracelet and 7 cultured pearls. It's a charming design by Sovereign, the new first name in time. Okay, the fun, the games, and the exciting gifts begin in just a moment. But right now, here is an illustration which proves that those finishing touches are all important.
What's the real difference between the proofs that you get from your photographer and your lovely finished portrait? Well, just this. The photographer has smoothed away all the little flaws. You're still you, but glamorized. And that's what Pond's new Angel Face does for you. Angel Face gives your skin the perfect look. because it's the creamier compact makeup. Now let's compare Creamy Angel Face with other compact makeups. First, Sarah applies one of these ordinary makeups. So dry, so powdery and thin, little freckles and flaws still show. But with new creamier Angel Face, those same flaws seem to disappear. Sarah's complexion never looks so smooth, so naturally glamorous. You'll love Angel Face in this slim luxury compact and in this pretty blue case for your dressing table, because Angel Face does such heavenly things for you.
Get new, creamier Angel Face today and give your complexion that perfect look. Okay, this is our first category, and it's one of our favorite ones on the show. We have a lot of fun with it. It's called Out in the Kitchen. You know, an important but annoying problem I'm sure you've had before is how do you tell a hard-boiled egg from a regular raw egg? You know, without cracking it, of course. If you crack it and it's not hard-boiled, you've got a mess there. Incidentally, I should say that all the questions today on our show are authenticated by the Editorial Research Board of Encyclopedia Britannica. Okay, for 20 points now, you each have 4 eggs in front of you. One of them is hard-boiled, and one of them's hard-boiled, 3 are raw. You must pick the hard-boiled one in 30 seconds. That's all the time you have to find. You can't open it. You can't crack it. You can feel it, but that's all you can do. You can't crack them or open them. There's a special way of finding out now if you do know. So let's see if you know. Go ahead. We'll give you 30 seconds to find it. There's a secret way to find a hard-boiled egg if you know it. And you select the one you want. One is hard-boiled. One is hard-boiled. Mrs. Scarborough's ready. I laid these eggs all myself yesterday.
Probably wrong, but ready.
Okay, you're probably wrong, but ready. Okay, your 30 seconds is up. You all have your eggs? All right, I'm the one that's going to find out. We're looking for a hard-boiled egg now. This is for 20 points, ladies. That's wrong with Scarborough. All right, now we come to Mrs. Kaiser. You ready? All right, we're down to Mrs. Dill now. Let's see, Mrs. Dill, if you know. And she's right. It's a hard-boiled egg. Wonderful. That's 20 points for you, Mrs. Dill. I'll show you how to tell an egg. Here's a little trick on how to tell an egg. You look at it. That's all you do. How to tell a hard-boiled egg. You spin it. See how that one spins? You see how that one spins? You see? One spins more than the other. Now, I'll show you the hard-boiled egg. All right. Thanks, oh, all right. You can all sit down. Mrs. Dill has 20 points. Well, I'll tell you the truth. The hard-boiled egg spins faster. One did spin faster, didn't it? I probably picked up the wrong one. But I know. Congratulations to you, Mrs. Dill, for picking the hard-boiled egg. Was that a guess, or did you know?
The egg was shiny. It was
shinier than a raw.
Shinier than the rest of the eggs.
There's what you call expert homemaking. Very good. 20 points. Okay. In a moment now, we'll go on to an interesting game in good homemaking. But first...
What are little girls made of? What are little girls made of? Buttons and bows and a smile that glows when he says to her,
Want a lifesaver?
What are little boys made of? What are little boys made of? Strings and kites and fanciful flights where men say things like,
Station 6X2 sending this message to Earth. Delicious 5-flavor lifesavers are still only 5 cents, even on the moon.
And still the most delicious candy from here to anywhere. 5-flavor lifesavers, the candy with the hole. 5 tempting fruit flavors in every pack. Tangy orange, lip-smacking lemon, luscious lime, red ripe cherry, and sunny pineapple. Carry a pack in your pocket or purse and freshen up your taste with 5-flavor lifesavers. For double enjoyment, reach for beech nut peppermint gum. It sparkles your smile, your breath, your whole sense of enjoyment. Beech nut peppermint in the familiar yellow pack.
Okay, we're on to the next category. Incidentally, if you want to tell a hard-boiled egg, it's shinier than a raw egg. Don't spin them. Our next category is good homemaking, and this, ladies, is worth a total of 30 points for this one, but you get 3 questions worth 10 points each on this one. It deals with what I think is a domestic problem and a very basic one. Whenever anybody in the family can't find something, who do they ask? That's right. Automatically, everybody expects Mom to know where everything is. She's a one-woman lost-and-found department anymore. She's supposed to know where Dad's collar buttons are, where Junior's homework is, where Grandma put her false teeth, and where they're all located at any time of the day or night. Now, this game is going to test exactly that ability. You'll be given 15 seconds to memorize items that we have on here. We have a list of items and that Dottie has, and we'll tell where they're located. You take a good look at them, then we have questions to ask you about them. Now, you see them there. I'll read them off. The pliers are in the hall table. Dad's shoes are in the broom closet. Dog's leash is in the hall closet. Junior's bat is in the attic. Sister's doll is on the porch. And Baby's rattle is on the steps. All right. You can take it away now, Dottie. Okay, Dottie's taking it away. Now, pick up your writing equipment, ladies, because I have a question for you to see if you can remember where the family's belongings are. For 10 points, first of all, write down, where is Junior's bat? Where is Junior's bat? Okay, hold them all up. And we'll have a look. What do you say, Mrs. Dill? What does that say over there?
In the attic.
In the attic?
Attic.
Keisler says, Kaiser says, and Miss Scarborough, you
Attic.
say attic. You are all three, just a minute, right. They're all three right for 10 points. All right, now for 10 more points. Where is Baby's rattle? Where is Baby's rattle? Write that down. You're all ready already? Okay, hold them up. Let's see them. What do you say?
On steps.
On the steps. Mrs. Kaiser, you say?
Porch.
On the porch. And Mrs. Scarborough, you say? On the steps. Now, let me check back here, just reel it very quickly. Baby's rattle is on the steps. That's absolutely right. Mrs. Dill and Scarborough. Okay, the last question now. You have to write this down for 10 points. Where is the dog's leash? Where is the dog's leash? Write that down. And let's see them. Mrs. Kaiser, you say where?
Hall closet.
In the hall closet.
In the hall closet.
In the hall closet says Mrs. Dill. In the hall closet says Mrs. Scarborough. The dog's leash is in the hall closet. 10 points for everybody. I couldn't have done that. Very, very good memory. You learn those things with a family, I guess, don't you? Something a man couldn't do. Okay, let's see. Mrs. Dill's ahead right now. She has 30 points. Mrs. Kaiser has 30. Mrs. Dill has 40, gentlemen. Right? Check those scores for us. Check those scores. Okay. Because we have 40, 30, and 20 right across. Mrs. Dill, 40, Mrs. Kaiser, 30, Mrs. Scarborough, 20. Now, our next game's called Market to Market. But first of all, here's something pretty. Now, you may think that beautiful scene of Italy and pretty far from your dining room at home, but you know, you'll almost feel that Italy is right outside your window when the dinner on your table is spaghetti and meatballs from Chef Boyardee.
For inside this can of Chef Boyardee spaghetti and meatballs is an authentic Italian meal, made for you according to the recipe Chef Boyardee brought with him from Italy. You get tender white spaghetti cooked to perfection, and lots of meatballs, too, prepared the traditional Italian way from the richest, heartiest beef and wonderful famous Chef tomato sauce that's been slow cooked for hours to give you its special flavor. They're all together in the can of Chef spaghetti and meatballs, ready for you to heat and then serve. Why don't you make this your dinner tonight? Costs only about 14 cents a serving.
All right, remember, get Chef Boyardee's spaghetti and meatballs. And also remember, they're made according to the recipe of famous Chef Boyardee. Okay, now, our game will go right on after this pause for station identification.
Enjoy your favorite melodies with Liberace at 1 o'clock today on ABC Television Network.
From the world-famous Latin Quarter in New York is Part 2 of Mother's Day. Brought to you by the makers of Scotch Brand Cake, Minnesota Mining and Manufacturing, where research is the key to tomorrow. And by new Instant Air Wick with exclusive odor-killing action. And General Mills, makers of Betty Crocker Protein Plus,
ounce by ounce, more protein than meat itself. Here once again is your host, Dick Van Dyke.
Thank you very much. Welcome back to the show that honors mothers nominated by letters from their families and friends. Incidentally, if you'd like to nominate your wife or your mother or a mother you know, all you have to do is write us a letter telling us why you think she deserves a chance to be Mother of the Day. You address the letters to Mother's Day, ABC TV, New York 23, New York. And incidentally, Mother's Day guests stay at the 2,500-room air-conditioned Hotel New Yorker, a Visalia Hotel, New York's largest skyscraper hotel. Okay, now on with the game. And let's just check briefly here at the halfway mark, which is what this is. Mrs. Dill is leading with 50 points over there. And behind her is Mrs. Scarborough with 30. And Mrs. Kaiser has 20. And Mrs. Dill is leading mostly because she knew a hard-boiled egg was shiny. Shinier than a raw one. Okay, now our next category is a little bit different, I think, here. It's called, what is this one called? I've forgotten already. Oh, no, we're going to go on to a commercial first. Just a minute, ladies. You don't have to be on the alert right now. The scores you ladies get in the next two games are going to decide it. Don't worry about being behind now. Anything can happen. First, now, here's something else.
Hold it, mend it, seal it with Scotch brand cellophane tape. Use Scotch brand tape 1,000 ways. Holds tight, holds right, always stays like magic. Lasts longest, clearest, strongest. Scotch brand cellophane tape. The one tape with the magic touch. Specially treated to unwind easily. It won't stick to itself, but sticks tighter than ever to everything else, and stays tight, too. It's Scotch brand cellophane tape. Remember, you always get the most for your money when you stick with the tape you can trust. So avoid unknown brands. Insist upon Scotch brand cellophane tape in the familiar red and green plaid dispenser. The one tape with the magic touch.
Make sure you have plenty of Scotch brand cellophane tape. Next time you buy 2 rolls. Keep one for you. That's Scotch brand in the red and green plaid dispenser.
You ready, ladies? It's time for the third category now, and this is to market to market. Very important area of shopping at the market makes this game worth 40 points for the one question. This one concerns judging weight. For instance, if we have steaks here, and if Mom goes in to buy steaks for the family, she has to know how much so many pounds of steak really is, you see, so I know how many it'll feed. Here are 1, 2, 3, 4, there's 6 steaks there. 6 delicious, I might say, looking steak. For 40 points, which of these steaks weighs 4 pounds? Which of these steaks weigh 4 pounds? Just stick your little name marker in the one you think weighs 4 pounds. Mrs. Dill, you say that one. What do you say, Mrs. Kaiser? You'll say that one also? Mrs. Scarborough, what do you think? You'll turn your name around here and see. Everybody pick that one. What if it's that one? What do we do then? Okay, you all say this one, so I'll try it here and see. We're going to weigh it over here in our scales. I've got to take this steak home. It's wonderful. What a steak. Okay, ladies, wouldn't it be funny if they all got 40 points? Oh, they all do get 40 points. Wonderful. How do you like that? Everybody gets 40 points. So your score relation doesn't change too much, but congratulations on picking a steak. That's excellent. We have 4 expert homemakers here today. Okay, now, just a moment in our fourth and final round that will decide our winner. But right now, here's an important household suggestion. New Instant Air Wick.
When sudden odors flare up in your home, the fastest action you can get is with new Instant Air Wick. The only deodorizer that gives you 125 odor killers. While ordinary sprays just cover up with a heavy scent, Air Wick's scientific formula kills odors instantly. Here's a simplified demonstration of how Air Wick works. For every bad odor, like fish, there's a specific odor killer, in this case, lemon, that cancels it out. The result? No odor at all. And Air Wick gives you 125 different odor killers. An army of odor killers that attacks common household odors, singles out, and destroys them instantly. No heavy scent, no odor cover-up, no odor comeback. When sudden odors flare up, use new Instant Airwick, now in 4 fresh new fragrances. And for continuous all-day protection, the famous Airwick bottle.
Okay, this is it, the fourth and final round to decide who's going to be Mother of the Day. You know, 80 very important points, of course, on this one because it's a very important question, and it's called safety first. You know, children are forever wandering off into vacant lots to play, into housing projects that are being built to play up the block somewhere. They come home with all sorts of little objects. Well, here are a group of things that any child might go out and find in a vacant lot and come home with. However, one of these things you're looking at here is a very dangerous dynamite cap. You should know it. Last year alone, about 137 children were injured in the United States by innocently playing with one of these dynamite caps. They can be left lying around. Now, we don't expect most women really to know what a dynamite cap is, but you should be familiar with some of these other objects, so the process of elimination, you should be able to figure out what the dynamite cap is, and this is information we think you ought to know. So for 80 very vital points, which one of these is a dynamite cap? Now, first I'll bring them over and give you a fast look at them here for a few seconds. Let you look at them. One is a dynamite cap, the other 3 are harmless. Okay, you've seen them all. Now, I want you to tell me on your cards, hold up your cards and tell me which one of these, A, B, C, or D, is a dynamite cap. B says Mrs. Dill. B says Mrs. Kaiser. All right, Mrs. Scarborough. You'll take C. You say C. B, B, and C. All right. I'll start down at this end with Mrs. Scarborough, and we'll try C. I'll throw it on the floor. You ready? We'll see what happens. No, nothing happened. So that is not a dynamite cap. Matter of fact, that's a fuse. All right, I'll try. You said B. Mrs. Dill and Mrs. Kaiser say B. Here goes this one. I'll try and see if this is it. That was a dynamite cap, so you each get 80 points. Very good. All right, that means that our mother of the day is Mrs. Dill. Mrs. Dill, your mother of the day. Congratulations. This is a real homemaker here. You almost everything, seriously. And you're also very calm, I might say. Well, first of all, it's our privilege to present you with what is every woman's heart's desire, we hope, this luxurious makeover here in an autumn haze. Oh, beautiful, too. You did it. Is this your daughter? Yes? Hi, stay right here with us. Okay, in the continental style, this is right here, I didn't say that. And also to become an heirloom for the future, here designed by the Gorham Manufacturing Company, this beautiful Alvin solid sterling silver 5-piece tea set in the exquisite Georgian pattern. That's Alvin silver at its very finest. There's more, the new Peekabrew coffee maker, the one that tells you how much coffee you have left. Also, the new GE automatic toast for toast with your personality, and the GE kitchen clock. And now for the dream vacation for today here. Mrs. Dill, here come 5 reservations for different exciting vacations. Kind of an ideal second honeymoon, we think, for you and Dad. Now, which vacation you're going to get depends on which envelope you pull out of that bowl. One of them is going to take you to the old... Not yet. I have to tell you about them first. One takes you to the old world atmosphere of Canada's Laurentian Mountains. Up in Canada, a scenic paradise. Another will take you to a luxury hotel in fabulous Miami Beach. Another one offers you a Manhattan holiday. That's a luxurious suite at the Hotel New Yorker, theater tickets, the finest in food and everything, entertainment, sightseeing tours in the greatest city in the world. Another will take you flying down to the glorious sunshine state of Florida and Daytona Beach. And another one's the ultimate in seashore vacations, Atlantic City, and one of their modern hotels. So, can I mix them up just for fun? Okay, now you reach in and pull one out, Mrs. Dill.
May I say, this is the first vacation she's ever had in 63 years, and I'm thrilled.
Oh, wonderful. And she picked number 5. Now, I've got to tear it open and find out what number 5 is here. I'm nervous. Okay, you pack your bags. You and your husband are off to Miami from New York. Wonderful. You stay at the Roney Plaza Hotel down in Miami. It's a 7-acre luxury estate right on the ocean of Miami Beach. You'll have sea breezes, palm trees, sports, food, and accommodations. It'll make the Roney Plaza a vacation to remember. Fly there, of course, via National Airlines from New York, where the red carpet leads to the luxurious DC-7B, radar-equipped with music, flowers, and food. On National, the airline of the stars. Oh, my God, you picked that one. Okay, let's get your family up here. Everybody else down there. No? Okay, you wrote the letter, though. You're the daughter-in-law. Look at the camera, because now Donnie's going to take our picture with the Polaroid land camera. Okay, now, gifts for the whole family. Bring the gift bar out here, Elaine, and we'll see that. There we are. Now, you must have grandchildren, and there must be some children there, first of all. All right. Now, let's see. First of all, I have this Gilbert telescope, made by A.C.L. Gilbert. We'll go down there. And what else? Let's see. For that, how about something like this? This Remington shaver, okay? It's the auto home shaver. Fine, you can carry that right along with you there. And let's see, what else do we have? Okay. We'll pick some more out after the show. Here's the Polaroid land camera there. That's yours to keep. The only one that gives you a finished picture in 60 seconds. There's the picture. To remember by it. Now, go down and sit down and relax. Bill, you worked hard. Wonderful. Yeah, I'm glad to see you. Our congratulations and blessings to Mrs. Dale and her family. We hope they'll always remember this Mother's Day. Okay, in a moment now, we'll tell you about tomorrow's wonderful Mother's Day prizes. But first, this word.
And here is the greatest news in hot cereals for a quarter of a century. From Betty Crocker of General Mills.
My news is wonderful for every woman who has a family. It's a new cereal, a way for you to give the family more protein, ounce for ounce, than they get in the meat you buy. We call it Protein Plus because it brings the rich plus of protein to breakfast when the family needs it so much. You see, General Mills has found a way to combine the high protein parts of oats and of wheat. And this is the first time ever that you and I could serve just this combination. It's so easy to fix. And the taste is, it's kind of creamy, kind of nut-like. You just try it.
Protein Plus, with more protein than meat itself, is at your grocer's now. Protein Plus. Get yours.
Okay, tomorrow now, one lucky mother will win many more exciting prizes. That takes us out of time for today. We do hope you'll stay tuned for Liberace, whose guests today are Marilyn Lovell and Dick Roman, next on most of these stations. And if you ladies watching at home would like to come down and enjoy the fun, the games, the prizes with us here at Mother's Day at the fabulous Latin Quarter right in the heart of New York, you can, simply by dropping a postcard to Mother's Day, ABC TV, New York 23, New York. Ticket request will be filled promptly, so write for tickets now, or maybe for your ladies' club or something, if you'd like. You can see our show, and if you like, you can enjoy luncheon here at the Latin Quarter. The address again is Mother's Day, ABC TV, New York 23, New York. So tomorrow, more problems for mothers, more excitement, fun, and prizes. Until then, a happy Mother's Day every day.
Tomorrow, more fun with Mom, more fascinating household problems on Mother's Day with Dick Van Dyke, coming to you from the stage of the fabulous Latin Quarter in the heart of New York. Wardrobe by Susie Perrette, Bill Brophy speaking. Mother's Day is a Trademark production in association with the ABC Television Network.
It's the Rifleman versus Trigger Happy Gunman tonight, 9 Eastern, 8 Central Time, followed by the Sidewalk Fisherman on Naked City on ABC Television Network.